Early quiet. What does that... Oh, it's the month. Now it's mid-quiet. Boom. Okay. What are we gonna do? I guess we can talk to our friend down here. Anemone, I believe. Anemone is bumping a sports ball with her wrist, trying to keep it in the air. Heads up! She shouts and bumps the ball in your direction. Think fast! I can't do a trick because I'm not tough in the slightest. I could bounce it back, or look out, a ball is flying towards you. I'll bounce it back. We'll, play the game. You bounce the ball back and forth with her, trying to see how many times you can rally and keep it going. Anemone tells you about the new sports ball court. A proper regulation-sized court, way bigger than the little 0G one on the stratospheric. Her brother, Calm, is coaching the junior sports ball team this year. He's so great, she says. He is good at everything, especially spiking. He's coaching me to play awesome like him. You should come join us. Okay, we can do sports ball in the garrison now. Good to know. Good to know. I mean, I'm not really a super, tough sort of individual, but, it's just a thing. Hey, Dad, what's up? Hello, my little potato, your dad exclaims, smiling warmly. What have you been up to today? Playing in the fresh air. He breathes deeply and looks slowly around. Vertuna is magnificent, isn't it? You nod. Seasons! He shouts, throwing his hands wide. I missed seasons! What, seasons of Game of Thrones, maybe? I don't know. Back on Earth, it got much, much colder, and the snow wasn't half as pretty as our spark snow. He sighs, stretching. You just wait until dust season. Both the suns will be high in the sky. It'll be real hot then. You'll see. Hey, Mom, what's up? You find your mom hard at work, setting up the greenhouses with a small construction crew. You've seen these plans pinned to the wall of your family's quarters for years now. These geodensic domes will house the more delicate plants from Earth. Spinach, tomatoes, maybe even fruits. She takes a swig from her canteen as you approach. Looking for something to do? She asks. Remember, Solana, you're responsible for your own schedule now that we've landed. You can decide how to spend your time, so long as it's productive. She points towards the engineering wing in the back half of the stratospheric severed frame. Professor Hall's still expecting you in class, but a well-rounded education includes practical application. You're old enough to help with the work around here. She claps her hand on your shoulder. I've got another minute. Anything you need to know? What's going on in command? I think Seek said they need someone to deliver supplies from the depot. They're also setting up a shop there if you've got some kudos to spend. And of course, that's where Governor Udicott works. But you shouldn't bother her. She's a busy woman, and she doesn't have your mother's patience with kids. You try not to giggle. Your mom isn't usually known for her patience. What can I do in the quarters? If you need a break, she advises, you can visit the lounge and see your friends. But, she warns, raising a finger, I don't want to see you lounging around all the time. You need to work hard, too. What are you doing in geoponics? She looks down and nudges at a sprout growing between her feet. It's green, the color of earth plants. We're doing our best, she says, but it hasn't been easy. I just hope the potatoes and corn can handle the weather here, she says, glancing up at the sky. I hear it rains like hell in the wet season. She takes a long look at you, up and down. You're growing fast, Solana. You bet you're still too young for real farming. Instead, well, there's a lot of soil that needs to be hauled. Seeing your disappointment, she nudges you on the shoulder. Don't pout. It'll help build those muscles. You'll need them now that we're out in the real world doing real work. Out here, we have to rely on our physical strength. She flexes her biceps. Your mom is really strong. What's happening in engineering? How's teaching classes on life, science, engineering, and humanities? If you pass all your tests, maybe he'll let you work there in a few years. Your father thinks you're old enough that school is optional. I don't agree, but I'll be honest with you, she says, gesturing to the fields. We do need every pair of hands we can get. If you want to work with me here in geoponics, I'd suggest studying life science. If you don't have a good grasp of biology and ecology, I'm going to stick you on shovel duty. What's the garrison? Security Chief Ritz is organizing a sports ball team. You used to play, didn't you, back on the ship? It'll be different here with the planet's gravity. Of all the adults in Colony, Rhett and your mom are the most like soldiers you'd see on a holovid. For a moment, you think your mom is going to suggest something else. Then she shakes her head. You're too young for defense training, so don't worry about that just yet. Just enjoy yourself and stay out of trouble. Can I join expeditions? Oh, you're too young to leave the colony. It's dangerous. She shakes her head. Your father would be worried. There's so much we still don't know about the world out there. Let the adults find out. Then maybe you can join them in a few years when you're older. She gives you a stern look. She isn't going to budge on this one. For now, stay inside the walls. Okay, thanks, Mom. Bye. Okay, what's up this way? Oh, my best friend. Hey, Mars. A sharp whistle interrupts your thoughts. Hey, Solana, Mars calls out to you. Come here, I have a job for you. You walk over to Mars, who's sheltering from the snow under the ship's overhang. It's so gross here, she complains. This spark snow would ruin my good clothes. At least on the ship we had climate control. Ugh. Tammy made me some soy sweets, but there's no way I'm going out there in all this weather, she continues. Since you like running around in it, could you fetch them for me? Okay, yeah, sure. Good, Mars claps. She's probably just down the hill near our quarters. Mars sighs. She's scared to take more than a few steps from the door. All she wants to do is hide inside and make sweets. Hey, if we get sweets, then I see this as a perfectly fine circumstance. What's this place? Command. Command is a warren of long hallways, with doors off to tiny, nondescript offices. Everyone you pass seems to be hurrying off to something important. The end of one hallway opens into the supply depot, which works as both requisitions, office, and general store. Beyond it are cavernous warehouses stacked high with supplies from Earth, now being gradually unpacked and distributed. Let's look at the notice board. Colony food shortfall, 100%. Colony security rating, evaluating. Upcoming event, we will be hosting our first annual Vertumnalia Festival during the second week of Dust. Chief Administrator Seek. Notice, take precautions outside the colony boundaries. Xenofauna have been sighted in the area. Survey teams are investigating. Current Council and Administration. Governor Udicot's Command. Chief Administrator Seek Command. Security Chief Rhett Garrison. Chief Engineer Instance Engineering. Chief Cultivator Flulu Geoponics. Chief Steward Antecedents Quarters. Chief Surveyor Melatonin Expeditions. Okay. Let us leave. Alright, we're looking for someone, aren't we? I don't think we're looking for you, but we can chat. Anyway. Tammy is staring obliviously at the sky, smiling to herself. She startles as you approach. Hello, Solana, she says, putting her hand to her chest. Do you need something? I'm here for Mars's soy sweets. Oh, this is who we're looking for. Tammy smiles at you. Oh, it's so nice of you to help out Mars. She's a very important person, you know. She hands you a box wrapped in a pink and yellow scarf. One order of mango soy sweets made fresh this morning, she says. Please tell Mars that she can have the scarf back, okay? She used some of her kudos to nano-print it for me because it's so dusty here, but I think I'm getting used to it now. Tammy smiles again and tucks her hair behind her big elven ears. We have elves now? What? Mars is so cool, she says fondly. Sometimes she's kind of bossy, but I know she really cares too. Okay, Mars! It wasn't really that much of a walk, but here you go. Mars puts her hand out expectantly. Give it here? I ate them. I want half. If you want them, you gotta pay up. I think Solana's a nice person, maybe. If you want them, you gotta pay up. Well, it'll be nice. Here it is. Hand over the box of soy sweets with a smile. Mars takes it and giggles. He's such a good sidekick, doing everything I say. She opens the box and hands you a soy suit. Your tip, she tells you. See? Look, you don't need to, in all cases, go in guns blazing and be like, if you don't do this for me, I am sinking this whole endeavor. You know, sometimes you give a bit of niceness out in the world, and the world gives a bit of niceness back to you. Oh, and Administrator Seek's looking for someone to do delivery jobs for the depot, she says. I don't want to do it, because, you running around out to there? No. Just go through there, she says, gesturing to the door behind her, and tell them I referred you. I could do delivery. I think I could manage that. Oh, we have an actual conversation with you. Hello. You see Tammy sitting quietly near the entrance to the lounge. You've known her for, your whole entire life. Back on the ship, you used to play with her, or her study partner used to tease her. I think we were study partners, Tammy and I. Tammy was awful, just awful at Earth history. She thought Europe was the name of an English queen, and the Pacific was a famous ceasefire treaty? Facts go in one of her huge ears and back out the other. No matter how hard you tried, she never seemed to improve. Her ears perk up, hopefully, when she sees you. Oh, her ears perk up hopefully when she sees you. Hello, Solana. I was hoping you could help me with some homework. Of course, my friend. Oh, thank you. She bounces up and down. Did I fail? Or I lost how did I lose reasoning from this? Is she so stupid that it's contagious? You spent a couple hours trying to teach her the differences between exothermic and endothermic reactions. One makes heat and one absorbs it. Why is this so hard for her to understand? The thing is, Tammy never loses heart when she fails a test or gets an answer wrong. It's inspiring, even though sometimes you feel like you get dumber after studying with her. Well, Tammy, we'll get you there eventually. Some may say you're a lost cause. I, however, say that you just need a bit of time. Let's apply to... I need more toughness. How much toughness do I have? 1. I guess I could still apply. Chief Administrator Seek greets you at the depot. They look down. They look you up and down. Solana, you've never struck me as a particularly reasonable or organized. But children never are. What makes you think you'd be a good fit for the position of courier? You didn't realize there was going to be a job interview. But I am organized. I need 10 organization or greater. Organization is one of my few strong suits. But I am organized. Cleaning your bedroom once in a while isn't the same thing. Seek sneers. But lucky for you, you're the only applicant this week. You've got the job. For now, anyway. They use their elegant stylus to note this on their holopalm. Come back in a few minutes, and you can help make deliveries. Yes, there will be kudos in it for you, if you do it correctly. Cool. We can deliver supplies in command. So what does this do for us? Exactly. Oh, well, we're doing it. Seek sends you all around the colony delivering supplies. During your first week, it's mostly small things you can carry by hand or push on a little cart. Stuff like tools, electronics. Some are a high priority, which means you have to move fast. I guess I lost 3 stress. It's fun getting to yell, important delivery coming through! And people actually get out of the way. Okay, let's see. What do we got here? So the yellows should go together. The ones should go together. So we put a 1 here. Put the yellows over here. And then 1s over there. Oh, we got past the super goal. What's bonus for hidden higher goals? I am so good at this. You worked well this month. +1 organizing. Awesome. This week you had a few more bouts of deja vu, remembering what somebody is about to say or do just before they do it. Sometimes they actually do it, but not always. So basically, what I'm gathering here is they are incorporating the concept of multiple playthroughs, the meta concept, into the actual in-universe narrative itself, which is interesting, I guess. I guess we'll see if they do anything interesting with it. This morning you were sure Professor Howell was going to trip on the uneven floor in the cafeteria and spill his plate of hash browns. You even told Mars to watch. He didn't, though. As Professor Howell walked away, his hash browns safe for today, Mars called you a liar and a dummy. At night, your dreams are mixed up with stuff that you know can't be real. You're chased by monsters the size of buildings, only to be saved by strange people you've never met. You're holding hands with someone you love. You're crying as you help lift a shrouded body into the colony recycler. Everything seems so familiar, but when you try to recall their faces, when you wake up, they're smeared in your memory like wet paint. But what if those things haven't happened yet, but they will someday? Anytime you try to tell someone, they think you're playing a trick, or that you're sick and need to go to the medbay. You eventually decide to stay quiet about your strange dreams. Why, though? You don't want people to worry. You just want to be normal, or secret powers are fun. Yeah, we don't want to cause needless worry. Your parents have so much on their minds already. You have a feeling that something is happening at Geoponics that they don't want you to know. You don't understand it, but when they come home at night, they look really sad. You don't want to make that worse. If you just keep going to classes and staying out of trouble, it'll be easier for everyone, yourself included. Mid-quiets has now become late-quiets. Awesome. Okay. How do I be fast? I want to be faster. Like, any new conversations to attempt? Oh, you're outside now. Hello, my friend. Or acquaintance or whatever we are. Tangent is hunched over her hollow palm, frowning and poking angrily at the air. She speaks without looking up at you. Professor Howell wants us to prep a list of native flora with pictures. There should be a catalog in the colony HoloNet, but I can't find it anywhere. What if we made our own list? Tangent is dubious, but agrees to try your idea. The two of you run around the colony yard, taking pictures of all the different vertumnus plants you can find, and making up fake sciencey sounding names for them, like Wonkius, Shrubbius, and Purplius gracium. Nice, some friendship, some biology. After an hour, you've categorized 51 different species. I'm confused by this nickname, because obviously she's Tangent, which is, you know, I always forget what is technically the hard and which is the soft. I think that's the hard G sound. So I guess it shouldn't be Tang, but it should be Tange? Tange? I don't know. Tange. We'll just stick with Tang, because that's what comes naturally to me. Tang doesn't think it's a very complete list, or a very scientific method, but she figures you must have learned something. Alright, well, good hanging with you, Tangent. Anything else of note around here? Oh, hello there. Expeditions. You step cautiously through the colony gates. Hey there, kiddo. Uncle Tonin blocks your way with a smile. I'm afraid Expeditions is off limits for now. It's not safe out there for kids. You'd better toughen up so you can join the squads when you're older. Let's see. Need bravery of 20 or toughness of 20. I love that dichotomy. You know, it's either, yes, I'm physically strong enough to do this, or, yes, I am, you know, mentally, I just wanted to say stupid, but I have a lack of concern for my own well-being sufficient to do this. Like, I think one of those is a slightly better qualification than the other. Oh, a Beastiary? There's a Manticore? Highly intelligent and predatory? Yeah, okay. I didn't come here to read an encyclopedia entry. Okay. Oh, hello. Have you always been standing here, my friend? Cal is riding around the Geoponics Gardens on his hoverboard. You got a hoverboard? Why don't I have a hoverboard? Yeah, Back to the Future 3 lied. Or 2, or whatever movie it was. The board comes to sudden shuddering stop. Yeah, 3 was the Wild West, so it must have been 2. On the rocky ground in front of you. Cal falls off, but catches his bounce before he eats dirt. Hey, Solana, real ground is way harder to hover on than ship floors. There are bumps everywhere. We all have to adapt. Yeah, Cal exclaims. Things are actually way, way better planetside. Hovering outside is rad, look at this. He runs over to a small depression in a nearby hill and presents it like it's something amazing. Look at this, it's a skate bowl! Cool, can I try? Sure, but please be careful. Mom says if I break my hoverboard, we can't make another one. You take turns riding around the bowl, trying to get up enough speed going down one side to come back up the other. You don't add any tricks. It's hard just staying on the board with this uneven ground, but it's still fun. Okay. 2. Class. Let's study some life science. Why can't I register for... Okay, I need more reasoning to become an engineer. Good afternoon, my burgeoning biologists and up-and-coming chemists. Professor Howell welcomes you back to your old classroom. This afternoon, we'll learn what I like to call the wet sciences. As opposed to hard sciences. He gestures to his hollow-projected lesson plan. Biology, chemistry, medicine, ecology, and geology. You'll learn a little bit of everything with opportunities for further study in your favorite field. If you're looking for something a little drier, try registering for engineering classes. Alright, studying life sciences. Looking for more difficulty. This harder card challenge option will keep you on your toes. Want to focus on the story? I know we've been knocking these card challenges out of... What's the harder card challenge? There. We did it. Let's see. Okay, we don't really have great straight material here. But, again, like, this is pretty easy, but we can use some Mars's ambition. We can stress cry. We can get some first words, some discovering, and there we go. Look at that. Look at that, 17. We won. Victorious. I love a minor puzzle in there. Awesome. Late quiet turns into early pollen. So spring. Age 10. It's pollen season. Awesome. Oh, wow. Look how pretty everything looks. All nice and like pink and flowery and stuff. I'm surprised no one has any new conversations. Or do they? Oh, okay, so we can talk to people even if they don't have like specific conversation bubble. That's good to know. Tammy's dad is the head of expeditions, which means he is out surveying the jungle every day. This morning you see her crying in the doorway as he leaves. I don't like when he goes out there, she sniffs after he has gone. But he is so brave. So are you. That's why I like you, Solana. We'll perform a random act of kindness. Yeah. You start simple. You give Tammy an enormous hug, sharing the love. Tammy gets a lot of hugs, but you make sure this one feels special. She hugs you back, wiggling back and forth happily. She's surprisingly strong. Okay. Sharing is caring. Huzzah. Thanks, Solana, she says breathlessly as you squeeze the wind out of her a little. I really needed that. Oh, before you go, she adds, and produces a box with a slice of cake in it from the folds of her skirts. Do you want this cake? They're so fun to make, but I need someone to help me eat them. I'll make you another on your birthday if you like, and we can trade hugs for cakes again. Thank you. Such a good friend. And Cal, how are you? The suns are so warm. Cal lifts his face. Why can I do this? I don't have biology. His eyes closed. Well, the blue one is just kind of warm, he continues, but the yellow one is like a heater in the sky. The grow lights on the strata were bright, but never like this. It's so nice. Indeed. Hey Mars, how are you? I'm bored. This is boring, Mars complains, stamping her foot. All the adults want to do is work, and they're not paying attention to me. We need more persuasion to tell her about our day. Oh well. Hello! Tangents! Tangent looks up at the sky and shades her eyes. It's too bright, she complains. It's too hot, and the nights are cold. Living on the stratospheric meant we never had to experience discomfort. Why aren't we putting our resources into repairing the ship? Well, I think we're kind of intentional here. We could study together, but we need more reasoning for that, and we don't have, any at the moment. Hello? Anemone? Hi, Solana! She huffs, catching her breath. She grins. On the ship, adults are always saying, no running, Anemone, no running, but outside there's so much more room! I can run for 5 minutes in one direction, even more after the robo-plows clear the land for farms. Okay. Yes, what's up with you? Yes is listening to his ear speak, completely ignoring you. You put yourself in his field of vision, and he scowls. What do you want? Leave me alone. Dare you teach this worm? We don't have the bravery for it. Never mind. Okay. My nice, kind friends. Maybe we should go do more class? Maybe? Oh, we are getting pretty stressed. Maybe it's time for a bit of a relaxation. The living quarters. The ship's quarters are where everyone sleeps, eats, and hangs out. The private bedrooms are small. You share one with your parents, so colonists spend most of their time in the big common area. There's a lounge and cafeteria and a creche. I don't know that word. Creche, where all the little kids and babies are raised communally. Pick an activity. We can relax. We get a friendship with Tammy and lose 100 stress. Where are we at with stress? We're at 81. We're a bit exhausted. Okay, a bit of lounging. The lounge is a long, well-lit hall along the outer hull of the ship's midsection. It's strewn with tables and cushions and serves as a communal living room for the tiny one-room spaces every family is assigned. You flop down into the lounge's big beanbag pile with some of the other kids. Cal has a dazed, peaceful look on his face. There smells so good on Vertumna. So does the dirt, even. You notice his clothes are filthy, but obviously Cal couldn't care less. Anemone bounces in. Holy crap! There's so much space to run around and play in! Come and Chief Red set up an outdoor sports ball court, and it's way huger than the old one on the ship. Tangent carefully selects one cushion from the pile and perches on it. The school's expanding to some of the empty engineering bays, she tells you, and we're getting a big new lab to do experiments using local resources. There's so much to learn about this planet. Anemone rolls her eyes, but Tang continues. We shouldn't forget our studies just because we've landed, she says primly. School's important. Let's play outside. I want to explore the jungle or I miss space. Honestly, I think school's important is what Selena would say here. Tammany nods in agreement. It's scary out there, she mumbles. I'm going to stay close to our quarters for now. You've had less of the Dejavu dreams come to life feeling this week, and you're starting to think you even imagined it. But suddenly you get a prickling sensation in the back of your neck, and remember that Mars is about to enter the lounge and tell everyone to look outside. You stare at the door. Mars walks through it, and, as if on cue, OMG, everybody, look outside. They're hoisting a flag over command, she says, clapping her hands excitedly. You know what that means, right? She stands tall with her hands on her hips. Vertumna is officially humanity's first exocolony ever. You look out at the flag, feeling dizzy and silently mouth the words along to what she says next. You remember this moment so well. This is history, kids, she exclaims, wrapping Anemone and Tangent under each arm. And we were there. You took the month off, relaxing. Awesome. Do you want to forget? Oh, okay, so I can, Gotcha. So I guess it's a deck builder, too. So I guess we can, get rid of this card here, since it's only a 1, and this one's just a straight upgrade. So, yeah, we'll forget that one. Great.